JC arrives back in New York, told that his brother Paul is hurt bad and to try to get him to Battery Park.
Is this kill switch real? What's it going to do to you?
I'm afraid that's, classified.
Manderley said you're going to die.
You've got to have God clearance to know. The nanites can be programmed for exponential growth.
There's a chopper that can take us to Hong Kong. You know Jock?
First, you're the only one that can help. I need to send the NSF distress code. UNATCO tracked Lebedev to the other NSF bases, and to Silhouette in France.
Go on.
UNATCO takes payoffs. Silhouette, the other terrorist groups, they're our allies.
I'm prepared to believe you. I killed Agent Navarra, and I'll join you against UNATCO, but I want proof.
You want proof? Pay a visit to the NSF headquarters. Down in the basement, protected by booby traps, a data cube sits on the edge of a table. My report to the militia leaders. Here, I have a photograph of the building. It's a couple blocks to the west, behind the bar.
And I suppose while I'm there, you want me to encrypt a signal with the NSF transmitter, bypass UNATCO SIGINT?
A lot of people could die. My friend Chad, for example, the leader of Silhouette.
I'll check out the facility, but I can't promise I'll help the terrorists. Be ready to leave for Hong Kong when I get back. You sure you're alright?
No worse than a bad cold. What kills me is just...
that they have this kind of power.
The power, yes, but the fact that it's been there from the beginning. A lot of things are starting to make sense. You remember Mom and Dad?
You think they knew?
Lebedev thought so. He said they were employees of the United Nations.
They would never have agreed to anything like a kill switch.
Remember, I knew them longer than you did, and after what Tong showed me, I'm pretty certain we don't have a stitch of DNA in common with either of our supposed parents.
Heading downstairs, JC overhears a conversation between the Renton family.
He's not my boyfriend.
Then what is he?
He's Jojo. God!
I don't like him staying in my hotel.
Then evict him.
How'd you get mixed up with someone like that in the first place?
Jesus, Dad, do you expect me to do it? It's your hotel.
I just don't want any trouble.
Then get used to it. Jojo's the boss on this street. Nothing anybody can do about it.
What's the trouble?
None of your business.
One of the neighborhood thugs, Jojo. He thinks he owns the block.
I can straighten him out. Just tell me where he is.
I get some rough people in here, but this guy, I don't know, he's jumpy.
He's just a punk. I'll take care of it.
Can you help me out? I could really use a gun for protection.
I would rather not arm a civilian.
You weren't gonna shoot nobody anyway, Jesus.
What am I going to do?
Besides, it's against the law for civilians to carry weapons.
Tell that to the gangsters.
He wasn't gonna stand up to Jojo anyway.
JC decides against giving a gun to the Rentons. Apparently, it's illegal for citizens to carry guns, though I'm not sure if that's for in the city, New York as a whole, or the whole country. I'm American, so that sort of restriction isn't something I'm used to. Guns are more common and more commonly accepted here. Anyway, moving on, JC visits the Underworld bar and sees the journalist Joe Green again.
Perfect. Someone who can tell me about the raid.
What I want to know is how my boss found out that I talked to you.
You're the investigator, you tell me.
I think one of us told him.
If I knew him, I wouldn't have to question you, now would I? Just answer one thing. Why are they closing the bar and clearing out the streets? What could be worse than the fighting earlier this evening?
I wish I had an answer to that, but even if I did, it wouldn't be any of your business. How about I interview you? Tell me what you've dug up on the raid.
What's the matter? Did they leave you out of the loop?
I'm the one asking the questions.
Must be a high-level operation. I'd sure like to know what it is.
Alright, forget it. I'll find out on my own.
Hearing a commotion from the Ton, JC revisits to check on the Rentons.
What you just lying around for, girl?
What?
I told you, bar rush is money, it's business.
In a minute.
That's my daughter you're talking to.
I already explained it, old man. Your girl, she needs me. She don't got an education, and all you got to give her is a job killing rats.
This is my hotel. I want you to leave.
Next thing is I explain it to Lo Bruto. Is that what you want?
I'll go already. Leave him alone.
I don't care what happens to me. Stay away from my little girl.
That all you...
You saved my life.
I was hoping I'd run into that punk.
Are you nuts? You almost got yourself killed.
You can relax now. No more getting bossed around.
No thanks to you. If it wasn't for JC, we'd both be dead.
You want to go through your whole life with guys like Jojo? Is that it?
God, I can't stand this place.
I think you'll be happier without that guy around.
I'm leaving. I'm getting on a bus and going west until I run out of money or get to the ocean, whichever comes first.
Come on, Sandra. I just wanted to help.
I mean it. I'm leaving.
It's hard to know just how troubled the family life of the Rentons truly was, but it seems like Sandra has finally decided to leave and just head west. Gilbert, her father, was maybe truly ready to accept her fully this time around, but it's too late. Family is always something taken for granted, and when you neglect it, lost when you wait too long to work for it. The family is safe now, even though they are apart. Whether that cost is worth it, that's for the Rentons to decide. JC heads off to the NSF warehouse to check out Paul's proof and send the distress signal.
I thought they were shipping you off to Hong Kong.
Had to pack a few things. What's going on here?
Damage control. The NSF got their hands on some pretty sensitive material.
Probably had something to do with my two-faced brother.
Nothing we can't clean up.
Mind if I take a look around?
Go right ahead.
JC finds a data cube linking Simons, Manderley, and several others at UNATCO to various discrete payments. These payments all come from some source that Simons has had control of in some way. There's also documentation that shows UNATCO was involved in the statue bombing. Besides that, not only are they involved with ambrosia distribution, but somehow involved with the Grey Death virus. This is Paul's proof, records and documents that implicate UNATCO and several other organizations in wrongdoing and conspiracy. JC resolves himself to send the distress signal for the NSF.
I'm receiving confirmation that the signal went out. You even reached Silhouette in France. Come back to the apartment and let's clear out of New York.
Denton, Walton Simons here. What an expensive mistake you turned out to be. Corporal Lewis isn't responding, so I guess you took care of the troops. You won this time, but I've activated your kill switch. You'll be dead within 24 hours.
The game actually accounts for if all the UNATCO troops around the warehouse are taken out prior to sending the signal. Normally, they would all become aggressive and attack you, but if you take them out before sending the signal, you can just walk out. And Simons mentions he can't contact the man in charge there. JC heads back to Paul.
Your buddy Chad should have received the signal. Come on, UNATCO's after both of us.
Good. He'll be able to get his people to their base in the Paris catacombs. Did you find the records we collected on that weasel Walton Simons?
I have a question about Simons. The instant I sent the signal, he ordered the troopers to hunt us down. Why does FEMA have authority over UNATCO? I thought FEMA was a domestic agency for flood relief and that sort of thing.
His authority doesn't come from FEMA. He's part of a secret organization, Majestic 12. We don't know much more than the name. They plan to use FEMA as part of a scheme to shut down the US government.
Agent J.C. Denton, please put down your weapons and step into the hallway.
UNATCO! Come on, out the window. We'll meet Jock in Battery Park.
I can't manage the climb. You go ahead. The code to the gate they installed at the subway station is 6282.
I can't just leave you here.
Open up!
Don't be a fool. Run!
UNATCO is already here, and Paul is too injured to make the climb and escape down the ladder. Paul tells JC to just escape and leave him, but there's no way that can happen. There's more than nanites running through JC's body, there's blood too, and Paul is too important to just leave behind. JC and Paul fight their way through UNATCO forces and out into the streets. At this point, during the confrontation at the Ton, if you leave out of the window, Paul will die. If you leave using the front door, then Paul lives and escapes the city. Either way, JC has to enter the subway and return to Battery Park. Jock contacts him and says he has to pull away for a bit because troops are flooding the park as well.
There is no escape. You will surrender.
Another peacekeeping occupation?
Not any better. They expect us to take you and Paul alive.
I surrender.
You are the one who killed Agent Navarre. Now you will confess and pay the price.
JC awakes in a stark prison cell surrounded by gray walls and two-way mirrors. Soon after, he's contacted by Daedalus and he breaks free, making his way through this mystery facility. Here, you lose all of your inventory temporarily and have to scavenge for items for a little while. Soon you'll be able to get all of your original items back from the armory though, including upgrades. Just make sure you toss out any duplicate weapons before picking up your old stuff. As JC is trying to escape, we have another incident with being spotted during a conversation.
Get out of the way. We have enough to worry about.
Trouble with the bots?
Of course. Just look. Only one is operational, and they want us to deploy.
I know a thing or two about bots. Why don't you give me the security login and I'll see what I can do.
Ha! Good one. You don't exactly blend in, okay? I know that you're the one they caught, and now you're trying to escape.
So, you gonna sound the alarm?
Maybe we can swing a deal, huh? You want the security login? 500 credits. I also have 7.62mm ammo for 600. Or what about an accuracy weapon mod? 750.
I'll check back with you later.
The uniforms here match those we found in the sewers in New York a while back. The computers all say MJ-12, so that pretty much confirms this Majestic 12 is real. Soon, JC also finds a medical wing where a doctor has some helpful info.
My goodness, Mr. Denton, did you escape?
Yeah. How do you know who I am?
I'm a prisoner too, and I say your name every day. I have cells from your body and culture. Your brothers too.
My brother? Is he nearby?
They have him in the medical area. Agent Denton, believe me, I share your fury at the skill switch functionality.
Do you know Paul?
Only from his disuse. The gods want me to figure out why your bodies tolerate the nanites. A damn hard question, I'm sorry to say.
Do me a favor, play dumb. They know enough already.
I try. Oh, how I try.
Maybe you can slip out when I open the main doors.
I've already been shot once, thank you. But good luck. The only code I can give you is 0199. That's to the medical area. Maybe you'd like to see your brother.
I would. Thank you very much.
It seems they've been doing some sort of genetic experimentation down here, with strange creatures being caged along the walls. These are called greasels, apparently, and they can spit venom like a cobra. Likely something designed for war purposes. There's also a schematic about Walton Simons and his augmentations. If you want, you can release the creatures, which then attack the scientists or any guards left over. Moving on to the next area is another new experiment, which you can also release on nearby soldiers. Inside the medical bay, there's a data cube that details the Series P and Series N nano-augmented agents. It seems even JC and his brother were an experiment developed in part by MJ-12. This also mentions the kill switch, some method of remotely killing an agent over a short period. When an agent, augmented in these ways, die, they self-destruct in an explosion, erasing any evidence or confidential materials. Another data cube confirms that Paul has the Grey Death virus, but no symptoms or side effects.
Paul, are you alright? What are they doing to you?
I'm like the Russian researcher who contracted his own virus. They want to study the way I die.
I hate to interfere with science, but we don't have much time to get you to Tracer Tong.
You go first. I'll slip out on my own.
You sure?
Just take care of yourself, and do me a favor. Check in with Alex when you reach UNATCO Level 3. Some of those guys are on our side.
All right, but you better make it.
I have some business to take care of in Manhattan. See you in Hong Kong.
As you leave the MJ-12 facility, you come out a familiar door near the medical wing of UNATCO. This facility was below it the entire time. JC is now a fugitive within UNATCO, but he makes his way around to talk to likely allies and former ones.
JC, you escaped? Is that what lockdown's about?
I forgot to give Manderley my resignation.
I heard they killed Paul.
MIB's raided the apartment, but he's alive. He's going to slip out on his own.
Manderley's a snake. He told me they were going to leave your brother alone. What can I do to help?
Stay here. I could use an ally inside UNATCO.
Good idea. I can keep you informed.
Do that, but be careful. You know what they do to spies.
I will. By the way, the lab finally sent the augmentation canister I ordered.
The one on the counter? Can your bots do the installation?
Yeah, it was going to be a welcome aboard present.
Guess it will have to be a retirement gift. Hello, Daedalus. I hope my escape was entertaining to watch.
Daedalus? What are you talking about?
You haven't been contacting me under an alias?
The link went down. At first, I thought they'd executed you.
Who else has access? Somebody cut the power to detention.
I installed UNATCO security myself. It's unbeatable. You're starting to scare me.
Not as much as you're scaring me. Who's Daedalus, and why does he want to rescue me?
A better hacker than I. A trick like that? Well, it crossed my mind, I have to admit. I'm pretty disgusted with the agency right now, but I would have been caught.
You wouldn't want to take that chance.
No, but I can't just sit back and watch. Let me give you a key to the front door. Base is under lockdown until you're recaptured.
You sound sincere. Maybe you should quit UNATCO.
And do what?
You can track me down in Hong Kong. I'm going to contact Tracer Tong and help the Resistance.
I might do that. Sure, I'll think about it. And I'm gonna check into this mystery hacker.
General Carter.
We've been through that, soldier. Just Carter.
I've discovered some things about UNATCO.
I'm unlocking the armory. I don't want to know where you're going. Just load up.
Walton Simons, the head of FEMA.
I said load up. I don't want to hear about it.
I'm going over to the rebels. You should join me.
Let's get one thing straight. We've got our share of crooked bureaucrats, fact. But this is still UNATCO, and by and large the people in this building are 24-karat gold.
What good's an honest soldier if he can be ordered to behave like a terrorist?
The only way to save the agency is for the good people to stay. That's how I see it.
By the way, I found out who around here is the thief.
There's more to that story than you know. Simons got involved. Kaplan squealed like a pig. That woman Shannon's got a surprise waiting for her in the morning. Very convenient for us. Take what you need.
Oh, JC.
Carry on with your banking. I'm just taking one last look at the old place. Amazing if you think about it. All the hours I spent dreaming about working here. All the heroic fantasies when really this place is just a cinder block bunker with a carpet.
My banking. Oh, yes. Never mind me. Go ahead and escape. I won't pull the alarm.
Something wrong? Really, as long as you stay out of the way, I don't have any reason to hurt you.
Okay, I admit it. I'm the one who's been stealing from HQ. It was me all along. Kaplan, the false floor in Alex's office, everything that's missing. It was me.
I'm the last person who's gonna bust you for stealing. What'd you take? Anything I could use?
I don't know. You sure you can keep it hush-hush? I found a few scrambler grenades I was gonna give Kaplan. Good against bots, you know, but you could take them. I have 3, $12.50 each.
I'll pass.
JC. Manderley, it's JC. How could you betray the Coalition?
You will be much happier at the Library of Congress.
I can't control a man's mind.
You aren't a commander, Manderley. We hoped you'd give UNATCO an urbane diplomatic face, that's all. We screwed up our priorities.
I refuse to be pushed into some obscure bureaucratic cubbyhole.
Actually, I doubt you'll get the chance. Look around. Your star pupil has come back to teach a lesson to his old instructor.
JC.
I never had time to take the oath of service to the Coalition. How about this one? I swear not to rest until UNATCO is free of you and the other crooked bureaucrats who've perverted its mission.
Big words for a rookie. The only problem is that security is well aware of your escape. Trust me, you won't leave the facility alive.
You can't run, Denton. Even if you escape, your kill switch is counting down. You'll be dead in 23 hours. Another $50 billion down the drain.
We'll see about that.
JC meets Jock by the helipad. There's a fellow prisoner named Miguel in the MJ-12 facility who will follow and fight with you if you want. If they survive to this point, they say goodbye at the helicopter and hopefully get somewhere safe on their own.
You're the spy they caught, right?
I never worked for the NSF, but my brother did.
Let's get out of here. I smuggled in a knife and a med kit too. You want the med kit?
Yeah, I'll take the med kit.
What do you say? I think we can make it.
Sure, come on.
Lead the way.
How do you know to meet me?
Daedalus. He called himself Daedalus.
A friend of yours?
Nope. I came because I owe your brother Paul a few favors. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna take you to Hong Kong.
Can you put me in contact with Tracer Tong?
I know a place where we can touch down in the city, but Tong is very suspicious of foreigners. You'll have to earn the trust of your brother's allies. They'll know how to find Tong.
Great. Let's go.
Time to see if this stealth copter is worth all the fuss. MJ-12 is a facility in Hong Kong, and they'll be watching for us.
Good luck, JC. I can make it on my own from here. Be careful.